What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 5 of the Blacksheep Barbell podcast.
Is it now?
It is. Ethan, he's got a new hat, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Blacksheep podcast hat, looking clean.
You don't even own one.
No, it's not red anymore. Holy shit. And Ethan.
What are you looking at?
Ethan's wearing fucking jeans. New hat, jeans. Are you Ethan?
Yeah, I am. I'm a new man.
He's a new man.
I'm a new man now.
New man.
Oh.
So, Ethan didn't want me to put this in here, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. This has nothing to do with the gym nor this podcast. But Ethan is a big movie guy.
Yeah.
Big film guy.
Big film guy.
He's dragged me along to 3 different movies in the
4.
past couple. 4?
Wait, wasn't it 4?
3 or 4 movies in the past few weeks, and they've all been shit except for one.
It's just not your style, my friend. It's not your style.
It is not my style at all.
No.
So, Long Legs, Midsummer, Bike Riders was pretty good. I don't think there was another one. I think
Yeah, there
it.
wasn't there?
No.
Yeah,
I probably forgot because it was shit.
Listen. First of all, Midsummer, everybody loves that movie.
No.
I think the movie, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just
Very interesting. Very
weird.
Yeah, very weird.
It was just weird.
Very
That's A24, the production company.
Yeah.
That's just like the kind of movies they do.
What was
I
the
like
one that we
movies.
saw a long time ago? Green Knight?
Yeah, that.
That one was bullshit. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not a
man,
big
dude,
movie
you
guy.
understand that A24 has a lot of
Big
fan base.
There's gonna probably be some movie critics that are watching this and gonna come after me, but that's okay. You can do that because this is a fitness focused podcast, not for movies.
Listen, but Devin is the most. He's like the normal person going to the movies. He's not a critique. Or critic. He's just that normal guy that he watches 2 seconds of a trailer. And he's sold.
That's what happened with Bike Riders. He asked me if I wanted to go see it. I pulled it up on YouTube, a trailer. I probably watched a trailer for 5 seconds, saw a little bit of action, saw a motorcycle. I'm like, sure.
Yeah. I think that was the best of the bunch that we saw.
Yeah, it was.
I like that. It was a little slower than I wanted it to be, but I appreciated it, and I appreciated the way it ended.
Yeah.
We also saw, Long Legs was, I didn't really enjoy it.
No, I didn't either.
I had high expectations. I think every time I go into a movie with high expectations,
Get let down.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm going to high expectations with this Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm very confident in this one. I think it's going to be good.
I think it's good.
I want to go see this one when it comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just your average moviegoer. You know, I'm not going to get all into the details and critiquing. It's just I leave the theater and the movie was good or it was shit.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no in between. It's just good or it wasn't.
I don't know. They were just too confusing a little bit for me.
And then Bike Riders, which was pretty good. But yeah, I just figured I'd throw that out there. Ethan, it's just interesting character. But anyways, so today we are going to talk about a pretty important topic. Obviously, it's just Ethan and I one-on-one today. So we're going to talk about, and we've mentioned it previously, the importance of taking risks, right? Why people are afraid to take risks and kind of dive into what it is that they want to do, and kind of how this stems from, the fear of judgment from others or the lack of confidence in themselves that they can achieve what they want. And do you want to speak a little bit on that?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to go for it. Like, I think we've said that before, just with anything, you got to go for it pretty much. You can't be afraid to do it. You can't be afraid of something you haven't tried yet. Right. So whether that's a gym or anything in life, you can't really, turn away from something just because you are scared of it, But yeah, like same thing with working out. A lot of people are scared to work out because they're scared of being judged or they're not doing something right. We've said that before, and like people in the gym help you. The majority of people help you. Like they're not gonna make fun of you for something. Yeah. You're always gonna get like that one jerk, but like overall, gym community is pretty helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think not just with the gym, a lot of things. I've kind of always heard the excuse of people blaming their circumstances as to why they are a certain way or why they do these certain things that they do, and as to why they can't pursue something.
Yeah.
Blaming their circumstances. Well, my family doesn't want me doing this, or, when I grew up, I was dealing with this situation, and I just don't think I have it in me to pursue this or have the means to do this, which I think is completely bullshit. Your circumstances may be what they are, unfortunately, but realize that it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change that.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility to come out of that and break free of that. And I think it's just a bullshit excuse, because I've talked to so many people in the past where they're like, I don't think I can do that because, this is what's going on around me, or this is how my family is, this is how my friends are. And it's like, well, now if you're going to place the blame on that as to why you can't do something, that's 100% your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're giving the power to your circumstances and other people to keep you in this lane, to keep you in this same position. And it's just ridiculous. I think that we all have the power to break free from that.
Mm-hmm.
We all have the power to essentially achieve our dreams and pursue what we want to pursue and make something from, out of ourselves.
Yeah, and like majority of a lot of the people that are like successful and started these businesses, they didn't come from a lot. A lot of them, success stories. People didn't start out successful in life. A lot of them. So it's just that's a matter of fact. Like with us wanting to open up a gym, and that's happened. A lot of other people own gyms, and I'm sure they started from nothing, like everybody else. And that's that's something that inspires us. But even outside of that, you can't be afraid to start something.
Yeah.
And
it is a risk. Anything you're going to start, you're going to be a little timid at first.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of risks, a lot of financial risks that come with starting a business and stuff like that. And there are the select few out there that do have, an easy hand. They're given, a good card at life to begin with. But essentially, like we were just speaking on, it's your responsibility to set yourself up for success. A lot of the stuff that I've done is merely just because I put myself out there and was willing to, investigate and willing to see what I was capable of and trying these new challenges. And that's why when I hear just these excuses from people, I can't do it because of this reason, this, that, or the other, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Knowing what I was able to get through and what I've made of myself, thus far. And it's like you just have to be willing to try, right? Be willing to try. And not just with fitness, your career, hobbies, everything. If you have enough confidence to know that, okay, it's fine if I fail.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's what you need. It's better to fail than not try at all.
Exactly. And I think we've all been around people our life that always are constantly like, oh, you can't do that. Like you're not able to do that, or they complain, say they can't do this or that. You got to separate yourself from those people sometimes. And negative minds around you is only going to bring negativity to your life. So you always want to be around positive people that support you and just believe in you. And believe in yourself. Don't always put yourself down. Believe that you can do whatever you want. For
sure. And that's another thing. It's important to place yourself around like-minded individuals and positive individuals, because the thing is you're going to start believing what they're saying about you.
Yeah.
If you are surrounded by people that are telling you can't do something, you're going to start to believe that. We know the cliche thing where it's like, you are who you hang around with.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you start picking up on people's habits. You start picking up on the things that they do, the things that they say. And at some point, you're going to be like, well, this person's telling me I can't do this. And so is this person and this person. So, shit, I'm actually kind of starting to believe it.
Yeah. And another thing is everybody is their own biggest critic. You're always going to critique everything you do. So, I've been around people that they do something like a task, or even when I do photo shoots. That's a big thing when people get photos of themselves. They always see these little things that nobody else noticed. You're always your biggest critique. You have to steer away from that. You have to understand that, first of all, nobody cares. Second of all, just, think positive. Don't always be so negative.
Right. That's something I noticed too growing up. That's made a huge change in my life, is just maintain that confidence, but understand that really at the end of the day, not a lot of people have eyes on you like you think.
Yeah.
And if they do, so what?
Yeah.
I mean, this is your life. You're the one that's living it. You're the one that's got to wake up every day and look yourself in the mirror. It's like, do the things that you love. Do what makes you happy. If there's something you want to try, go for it. Who gives a fuck what somebody else says?
Exactly.
at the end of the day, are they going to be there in the end?
No.
You know, it's going to be up to you to make those decisions and take on the challenges and make something of yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's always important to everything that you do. I like to look in the future a little bit. Like, okay, so if I do this now and stay consistent, whether it's the gym or something else, look at it 5 years, 10 years down the line. Where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to end up? Are those people that are talking down on you or anything, are they there in 10 years? No. You're just believe in yourself, better yourself every day.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing is you're bettering yourself. You're getting to a better place, a more positive place. Just keep to it. Don't worry about what anyone thinks. There's always going to be people that are doubting you. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Fuck them, essentially. That's the mindset you got to have and the attitude that you got to have, especially in life. Nowadays, people are going to judge you no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Matter.
You could be a completely positive person. You're going to get judged for being too positive.
Yeah.
You're negative, you're going to be judged for being negative. No matter what you do, no matter how you conduct yourself, how you act, people are going to judge you.
Yeah.
That's once you realize that and you see that life and people, human beings work this way, it's going to push you to change. And that's what I've realized about people is no matter what you do, you're going to be judged.
Yeah.
It does not matter. You can try to live life tiptoeing, walking on eggshells, doing everything right, making sure you're pleasing everybody, being a people pleaser. You will still get judged.
Yes. And that's a big thing, like even on social media, on Instagram, a lot of people, want to turn off comments or something. Like there's always going to be somebody out there to say something.
Yeah.
I see a lot of gym posts of people, they hit a PR for the first time. There's always that one person that's like, oh, that's nothing. Or like this, whatever. Like, dude, everybody starts somewhere and everybody's progressing at their own rate, at their own pace.
Yeah.
You don't want to like be negative towards one another. Like just support each other. Most of the gym community is, but you just see things like people turning off comments, like I said. And, I think it's good not to, whether if you have haters or not, because I think that just motivates you further.
Yeah. So I know I have my reason. I'm curious to get your take on it. What do you think that all stems from? Why do you think people are that way as far as hating on others, judging others?
I think it's just jealousy, really, and people are just bored. I mean, I don't think anybody, if you're happy in your life and you're a positive person yourself, you're not going to just do that. I think, there's always something personal like coming from somebody, like personally they're dealing with something, so they want to push that towards others. So,
It's a very broad question, but I agree. And that's my take on it too, is it all stems from jealousy.
Yeah.
You see other people winning and you're like, well, why can't that be me?
I know.
Why can't I do that? And it's like, nobody's telling you can't.
No.
Go get yours. There's plenty out there, Go out there and do that thing as well. Go out there and find your passion and chase it. Don't be hating on this guy just because he's winning or in a position you want to be in. Let that motivate you.
Yeah.
Let that inspire you to get to that point. I'm all about, I want to give credit to everybody that's winning. All my friends, all my family. When I see them in a good spot, it's like, hell yeah. Like I'm rooting for you. And if I feel like I'm behind, that's not your fault. That's mine.
Yeah.
Right? Like I need to be doing something different so that I can start, having success and getting to that point. But I agree. I think it always just stems from jealousy.
Yeah. And I notice a lot of people like to judge. So with being, in the gym, in the fitness community, dieting and things like that. So talking about, me and you, we like to eat a lot of like, protein and beef and chicken and all these meats. And I always get people like, oh, don't eat all that meat. That's bad for you. I'm like, do you see the shit in the boxes at the store? Like what it's mixed with? Like I can't, like this has happened to me a couple of times recently where somebody is talking about, oh, you can't eat that much red meat. Oh, you can't eat this and that. It can cause cancer. I'm like, listen, first of all, everything causes cancer.
Yeah.
Second of all, dude, all these ingredients, if you can't, nothing should have a list like this long of ingredients, and that's not good for you. So I think the person that eats red meat every day is healthier than the person that eats whatever's in the fucking box at the store every day. It's just been pissing me off recently because that's been happening to me constantly. Yes,
I've gotten that too. My question to them would be like, well, let me see your diet.
Exactly.
Let me see how much alcohol you're drinking in a day.
And like, you know what? Like even like a Pop-Tart has like the worst ingredients of all time. And if you can't like say something on the bag, if you don't know what that says, like you probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
Because like more recently, me looking at food, I'm telling you, I'm gonna go to this caveman diet, man. This just one ingredient food. Yeah, like maybe because I don't know. I just been like everything at the grocery store. Everything looks so colorful and they look so appealing, and it just seems so fake. It's like they're selling you poison, seriously.
Yeah.
And that's how I view it. I mean, it's not gonna kill you like the one time you have it. It's good in moderation, like everything. But yeah, I don't know. That's been pissing me off recently.
Yeah. You're going to get that. You're going to get that too when you start trying to diet down and eating healthy and you're on a strict, regiment as far as your diet. That's happened to me in the past when I was cutting down. Yeah. Friends want to go out and eat. You're limited on what you can get. You're looking at the menu, looking at the calories, looking at what's in the food, plugging it into your MyFitnessPal. Like, shit, I can't. Our friends want to go out and drink. I can't. You're going to get judged for that.
Yeah.
But you're doing the right thing, right? I mean, you're looking after your health and you're trying to be healthy. It's like you're going to get judged for that as well.
Yeah.
And as far as a diet thing, I get it. I would love, at the end of the day, I'd love to see everybody eating a healthy diet, whole foods, what have you. But it is hard. That's the thing is it is hard today with people that are working full time, people that have a family they need to take care of, kids, busy work schedules. It's hard to prep meals, which a lot of stuff like that with fitness, it does tend to kind of cause a hassle in your routine when you are very busy. But so that's why I try not to complain too much about it when I see some people's certain diets and stuff, but because I get it. But you should be striving to make small changes every day. Drinking more water, cutting out the fast food. But like I said, I do get why some people struggle with the diet aspect.
Yeah. And that's a big thing, water. I feel like not enough people drink water. There's a lot of people like, oh, I got a headache every day. Like,
oh, yeah, dude, that's a big
water. Drink water.
Drink water.
Dude, the number one thing is dehydration.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I mean, I know I didn't drink enough water when I was younger, and I would get headaches and stuff. And now I drink like 6 a day. And I don't have any of that.
I drink a lot of water. I couldn't tell you the last time. You already know this about me. I couldn't tell you the last time I've taken a Tylenol or a Motrin or any kind of like little medicine like that.
I know.
Even cold medicine. I couldn't tell you the last time I took cold medicine. It's like
just immune to everything.
But yeah, like you have a headache. Are you drinking enough water? 9 times out of 10. No, I'm not. It's just like you could be drinking more water, but you want to run to, some over-the-counter medication, some Tylenol, some Motrin. It's like you can fix that by just hydrating yourself.
I know. I mean, a lot of people just want to resort to like medicine,
easy fixes
for things, and I really do believe that a lot of things that people do with, I think can be adjusted by diet. I don't think, like I feel like when you go to the doctor, like I mean they are gonna help you, but they also want to like sell you medicine, and so. I think there's more natural ways to get out of things. Granted, there are things you need medicine for, but I just think diet is a big role in a lot of things.
Not just that, also sleep.
Yeah, sleep. Yeah.
There's a lot of fundamental things that you can do to improve your health and just your well-being overall. Your diet, eating more whole foods. Are you getting enough sleep? Sunlight. Sunlight is a big one, which is hard for me. I work nights right now, but first thing in the morning, getting some sun. I'm a big advocate of like cold, cold showers, ice baths.
Yep, you were talking about last time.
Yep. And there's just a lot of natural things that you can do initially before you start diving into supplements and this and that and medication. And I would much rather see people try those natural methods first to see if they see a change.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like everything with supplements, even workout supplements, you don't technically need. I mean, like with protein, you can get that from foods, and all the vitamins you can get that from foods. But who's really eating all that? To try to get those vitamins naturally.
Majority of people probably don't even have the time.
I know. Yeah. I mean, that's really what a protein shake is for. It's for when you don't have time. It's not really good for you. Even the Fairlife ones that I drink almost like all the time. $6 drinks. But I mean, they're full of chemicals, man. I mean, they call them forever chemicals. I was just looking at it recently, and I guess they stay in your body forever, and they never get out of your body. So like over time, that can develop into other things. apparently like cancer and things like that. I don't know. I've been looking at it recently. I don't know. Like, I don't have all the facts in front of me, but I mean, I just know looking on the back of a product, and if I can't like read what that says, I know it's not good.
Yeah. Have you seen Cali Muscles videos at all? And some of the crazy diets and stuff he's been doing.
Yes, he does like those crazy.
Yeah, I saw one today. It was about, he was drinking like watermelon juice or something like that. And I would see some, he'd be on like a pineapple diet where he would only eat like pineapple and stuff. It's just crazy things. But I feel like that's a downside of being too paranoid and so super health conscious.
Yeah.
It's like, so what, you don't eat at all, or now you're on this pineapple diet, or now you're on a carnivore diet, or now you're vegan or vegetarian?
That's another thing. And I was watching a video on this, is even though like what we were just talking about, how a lot of things at the store, it's not good for you. They have chemicals, but being so health conscious, I think can honestly drive you crazy. Because I think it's like miserable. Mm-hmm. It's like miserable to try to live like this because it's so hard to nowadays. Mm-hmm. So I just think, everything in moderation, but when you can, I think the less ingredients things have. So So like one ingredient foods are the best. Mm-hmm. Eggs, beef, chicken, anything.
Yeah.
Even whatever, salads, it's just one ingredient, right? Yeah. So I don't really eat salads, but yeah, I mean, it's better than anything at the store with all this stuff, but you can drive yourself crazy. You can't be so strict on everything. You'll never enjoy your life.
Right. Yeah, dieting down and tracking macros, tracking calories, it does get stressful.
Yeah.
It does get mentally exhausting. I did it before I went to the police academy. I was about 175, 180. Mm-hmm. And prior to that, I was dieting down and I cut down to 160. And I was doing cardio every morning. I was lifting. I was following a strict diet. And by the end of it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was doing it for a few months. Mm-hmm. It's like, gosh, like it's just so exhausting because, like I said earlier, you try to go out with people.
Yeah.
You got to watch what you're eating. You got to watch what you're drinking. You just seem like you're so tied down. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's why I'm always going to preach, make healthier decisions, but don't let it completely flood your life and take over your life to where you're literally paranoid about everything.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you can't go out to a restaurant and enjoy yourself here and there.
And like, I mean, I remember when I was in film school. It was after high school. Yeah. Film school. I was doing the beef and rice like every day, or I had turkey and rice, chicken and rice and beef. It was like 3 times a day, and it was super strict. And this is why I don't love strict diets, because when I was doing that for a long time, and then I started to eat out and eat other things, it would mess me up every time. My stomach would kill me.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. And I just never want to go through that again. So I do think even those super strict, I'm eating this every single day, every meal of the day is not great. Mm-hmm. Because I think you need to have different food, experience other things. I never want to go through that again. That was horrible. Yeah. But yeah.
I think one of the diets, I don't think I've talked about it on here before, but I actually had pretty fun with it, and it was easy to implement into my day-to-day routine, was when I was fasting. Mm-hmm. When I was in the Army, I got down, I was like 145, 150. So my routine was I would wake up, I would only have black coffee, which some people are, is that really fasting? But I would wake up, have sparkling water and black coffee, and not eat for anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Mm. So I was in the Army at the time when I was doing this, so I would wake up and do PT, and then go back to my room, have the sparkling water, have the coffee, and then proceed to not eat for 6 to 8 hours. Mm. And first things first, I notice I'm saving money. Yeah. Right? I'm not eating. I'm not going out, purchasing breakfast, purchasing lunch. And then what I would do is I would break my fast with something small like fruit or something like that, protein shake, and then I would have a bigger meal towards the end of the day. I would try to get like a Chipotle bowl, double steak, whatever. But I kind of messed up a little bit. I was younger and everything, not as knowledgeable. I would just eat whatever. So it'd be like, I'm fasting all day, and then I would get to the point where I'm super hungry. I'd get like a pizza or something. Yeah. Which was not right because I'm not getting in enough protein.
Yeah, true.
Which I learned my lesson from that. But I like that diet because it's like I could just get up and go about my day. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to worry about eating. Yeah. Just have some coffee, have some water, and go on and do my job, do whatever I got to do.
Did you like struggle throughout the day? Like, were you like starving all day, or did you just get used to it?
In the beginning,
okay,
you do.
Yeah.
But once your body starts adapting to that, and you get used to not eating for that many hours, you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, that's the biggest thing I liked about it was just getting up, leaving, going about my day. Don't have to worry about food. And that's the thing with bulking, or you're in a caloric surplus. Got to make sure you get your meals in. It's just super stressful.
That's just as hard.
Yeah.
It's just as hard. And like, I feel like I've been bulking for a while because it's so hard for me to gain weight. But like when I moved back here, I gained like 10 pounds within a month.
What are you at right now?
I'm like 168 right now.
168?
Yeah, 168. And I was 155 when I moved up here. But when I moved in April, I think by the end of April or beginning of May, I was already like 165. So I've been kind of maintaining. I would like to get a little heavier.
Yeah.
Just for probably the remainder of the year. I don't know like how heavy I really want to get before I try to cut down. Yeah. I don't really know if I want to cut. I just like lifting heavy, but I don't know. Like the way my body is, I feel like I feel like I can't get a lot of fat on me. I just get a lot of, I guess, more muscle, and I've been getting stronger the heavier I've been getting, which is good. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I can cut so easily because I just don't have to eat as much, and I just lose weight quick. And
I think that's too kind of my case as well because we're both naturally skinny. Yeah. So it's easy to kind of resort back to that and kind of lose some weight. It does get harder, like the whole like funny saying like, oh, it took the bulk too far. Like
you got there.
I did. I took the bulk way too far. I was 200 pounds at my heaviest.
And you're
160.
How tall are you again? Don't lie to the females out there. How tall are you?
6'3".
Oh, really? Pretty sure you're 5'6".
6'5". But yeah, so that was my heaviest 200 pounds. How heavy would you want to get?
Honestly, I feel like 185 would be cool.
185?
Yeah, I think I'm 5'10". I'm either 5'9" or 5'10". But so I'm not the tallest. But I think 185 would be pretty heavy for me. I don't know if I could get there. I'd be happy with 175. I'm already like kind of almost there. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of planning next year to see how heavy I can get until maybe like March of 2025, and then maybe try to cut back a little bit just in time for like summer.
Right. Would you ever get to 200 pounds?
I mean, I might be huge.
I can't believe.
I can't believe you did that.
I can't believe it either. I look back at pictures of me. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? 200 pounds, man. What's funny about that though is that wasn't even my strongest. Okay. I was actually my strongest when I was like 170.
Which is good.
Which is good. Yeah, exactly. I didn't need that excess weight.
Yeah.
Cardio was non-existent. When I was 200 pounds, there was no fucking cardio.
Yeah. Were you doing a lot of cardio when you were like cutting back? When you were
I was doing I was doing about 30 minutes every day.
Okay.
I was doing one of my favorites actually is the Stairmaster.
I've heard that the Stairmaster is really good for they say it's good if you don't want to like lose muscle, if you want to like lose more like belly fat. I don't know if that's true. I've just heard it's better than like running.
The whole losing belly fat, specifically targeting that,
it's like the hardest place.
Not true.
It's not true, right?
Because you can't target a specific place for fat loss. It's just going to be overall. Like you just have to be in a caloric deficit to lose fat. So that's like another myth. People think I just got to lose this belly fat. It's like no, you need to be in a caloric deficit. Then you're going to lose fat all around. Yeah. But I liked switching it up. So during that time when I was cutting before the academy, I was doing more running as well, which is something I dive in. You can attest to this. I get in like these moods where I'll start running for a little bit and then I stop and then I bring it back up and pair that with my lifting. But yeah, prior to the academy, I was doing more running, maybe like 3 times a week. I was on the Stairmaster doing that almost every day on top of lifting. And I felt good. Cardiovascular health. And then I know some people can agree with this too. There's just something about, once you're done with a good cardio session and you're sweating, you feel good.
Yeah.
You feel pretty good.
For me, I started doing 30 minutes cardio a day. I'm not cutting. I'm not trying to lose any weight, not trying to get rid of calories, but it's just cardiovascular health. And I just think being a little more just fit in the sense of I can last like while walking or running like distances, if I'm ever doing whatever, walking outside even. I just think it's good to have some, what do they call that?
Endurance?
Yeah, endurance. Because I noticed after I would work out sometimes when I was doing any kind of lift, chest day or back day, whatever, I would get so out of breath sometimes, and I felt like my heart was racing. I'm like, I kind of feel like I should have some more stamina.
I'm about to have a heart attack.
Yeah. So I just started doing that. I'm going to do that a few times a week, just like 30 minutes a day, and just see where that goes. When I was younger, when I wasn't working out yet, and I was already skinny, so I should have been doing this, when I used to try to train for, I think it was called Road to 10K or Road to 5K, this app.
Oh, the app. I used to use it too.
Yeah. But you run and walk. It's like it dings in your ear and you run, then you walk at certain like stops or whatever.
Yeah. It's intervals.
Yeah. Yes.
I used to do that. I was actually doing that when I was running prior to the academy.
Oh, okay.
I think I was using the Road to 5K.
Okay. That might be the one I used. I don't know. But yeah, it sucks at first. But I'm telling you, that thing works.
It does.
It works. Like, I couldn't believe how long I could run without getting tired.
You're basically doing like 30, 60, 60, 120s.
Yes.
Where you're sprinting for a set time and then you walk for a set time.
Yes.
And then each week it gets a little bit harder. You're going to be running a little bit longer. And then obviously you walk a little bit longer for that recovery. Do you remember, I don't know why this just came to mind. Do you remember when you fell on the treadmill? Do you remember that?
Okay, so me and Devin were at our uncle's house, and he had a little gym. He was in an apartment, so they have like the little community gym. And I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was running barefoot on the treadmill, and I fell, and I grabbed the arms, and my legs were just on it. And my feet were just getting scraped. Oh my! I don't even like thinking about that.
10 pounds, man.
Oh yeah, I was like lifting 10 pounds. We have a funny video. We're like 10 pounds. That's it. 10 pounds.
I think you were like 12 years old or something.
I think I was a little older than that.
13 or 14.
It might have been 13 or 14.
2014, Ethan.
2014, Ethan. That was a different time.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, cardio. Man, I bring it up. I will do it here and there. I'll be honest, I haven't been doing it lately.
Yeah.
But I have my fair share of intense cardio. Army, I'm not even going to say the academy, it wasn't too bad, but Army ruck marches, running miles on miles. I tell you what, there's nothing like a long ruck march with some heavy weight.
I can't even imagine.
Talk about burning calories.
Yeah.
When you're ruck marching anywhere from 6 to 8, I think the longest I did was 12 miles. And you have anywhere from 30 to 40, maybe more pounds, and you're just walking.
Jeez.
You're burning a shit ton of calories, super drenched by the end of it. Your back's hurting, your feet are hurting. It's like, I'll recommend ruck marches to people. There's companies out there where you can actually buy better backpacks and stuff like that.
And they have like vests where you can get weight in them.
Yep, they have weighted plates in them.
Yeah.
So it's not awkward like in the Army sense where you're just stuffing your rucksack with shirts and boots and other miscellaneous items.
Yeah.
It's actually set up proper. It's a backpack with a weighted plate. I actually thought about buying one. I think it was before the academy. I thought about buying one.
To get ready for that?
Yeah, which you're not doing ruck marches in there or anything. But it's just really good for cardiovascular health and just it works your legs and everything. And it's a challenge. It's a mental challenge too.
And you did that so much in the Army, I couldn't recognize you when I saw you after.
I know. We talked about that in the one episode. Lost a shit ton of weight.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
At least it works.
It works. But I've definitely had my fair share, and that's why I try to, when I talk to people about fitness, I feel like I've established a little bit of credibility with, just getting my PT certification, the style of training I did in the military, heavy on the calisthenics and cardio.
Yeah.
Obviously, gaining a lot of weight and having that powerlifting experience. I've dabbled in the bodybuilding a little bit. It's never been my forte. I know you kind of like train that style.
I like it a little bit, but it's still like powerlifting for me that's what makes the gym fun. I mean, bodybuilding, I think more so I do kind of a power building style because I like doing the power lifting lifts, like the heavy bench and, you know, squat. And then after, I'll do like the machines and stuff.
Bodybuilding workouts. Yeah. So you're doing power building essentially.
Yeah, essentially. But I mean, if I had to pick one, powerlifting's just more fun. But I guess technically it can be a little riskier. But I mean, I don't really have. I think they're both fine for whatever you want to do. You know, if you want to bulk, do whichever. I don't think one's better than the other. I think whether you're bodybuild or powerlift, you're gonna get muscle mass overall anyway, and you're gonna get stronger.
Yeah, and it's what excites you.
Yeah,
it's what excites you, and what do you want to get out of the gym? Are you focused on being strong? Do you want to be strong, and do you want to improve your lifts, your squat, bench, or deadlift? Do you want to see those numbers go up, or are you all about your physique and you want to have a six pack? And which, yes, you can have the best of both worlds, but a lot of times people will tend to lean towards one or the other a bit more. Which for me, it's just always been strength training and powerlifting style focus. It's such a thrill to be able to. You go in the gym one day, you can't lift 400 pounds. You train. You come in one day, 400 pounds.
I know, that makes it satisfying.
It's super satisfying. Like you said, it's exciting when you have a lot of people come by, like with these months with Squattober, the Benchvember that I do, December, having everybody come in and you see that progression. Yeah, and you know, you see that they're not able to hit one weight, and then at the end of the training cycle they hit it. Super satisfying. And I want to talk about too the 100 buys and tries thing we're doing right now. I was
just about to. Yeah. Yep. So what's the coach that does it?
Coach Feld.
Coach Feld. Okay. Yeah, he has a program. I mean, it's literally just 100 buys and tries a day for 45 days. And it started on July 17th, yesterday, that when we were recording this. But, yeah, it started yesterday, and it's for 45 days. It goes until August. And it's just 100 buys and tries. You have sore arms every day for a month.
So you tie it in at the end of your workout? It's for, I think it's like a charity. It might not be a charity event, but it's putting something positive out there. Like they kind of want you to make a positive post. I'll have to look it up, the specifics, but you do 100 buys and tries every day for 45 days at the end of your workout. So they actually come out with a template with a schedule. And what you do is you can either use a band, you can use weights, whatever it is, and they set up reps and sets for you. So one day might be a set of 100 reps. One day might be 2 sets of 50. One day might be 10 by 10. You know, one day might be 5 by 10 heavy, 5 by 10 light. And you're just doing that for 45 days straight every day.
I'm going to look at it real quick. I'm just going to look at the schedule of it. But, yeah, it's crazy. It's one of those things where some people could say, you know, oh, that's not good. You're doing too much. Kind of like Squattober. But, you know, I think it's not like you have to go super heavy all day. Honestly, I feel like that the 100 buys and tries, it's more of like getting that arm pump every day and just keeping it consistent. Yeah. And it works. I mean, the only thing that sucks about it is it adds so much more time to your workout, dude. I'm already there for so long.
You got to do the buys and tries at the end.
It adds a lot of time.
It's just a test of your discipline, too, seeing if you can stick with it for the 45 days. The fluctuation in sets and reps, having a heavy day, light day, heavy day, light day, light day, is good for your recovery.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it now. So like the first day was 1 set of 100. So that could be hard, but you go super light. So it's not like you're, you know, not killing yourself. But then it does have the days. It's 4 sets of 10, and then with heavyweight, then 4 sets of 15 with lightweight. So it throws some things in there like that. But overall, I think as long as you're doing 100 a day, both things, you're doing it. It's good. Yeah.
And I love stuff like that, too, in the fitness community. It's these little challenges that always excite me.
Yeah, same.
It's interesting. It's changing up your style of training. It's you throwing a curveball in, like, all right, well, now you're going to do 100 buys and tries every day. Once that's done, you know, you feel proud. You're like, all right, I got through that. And what's next? Oh, Squattober's coming up, right? Benchvember's coming up. And they have a Squattober prep, too, which I always do. It's just changing it up. Yeah, I usually do it. The past few years, I've always done it in August. Okay. So I do it August and September, so actually 2 months of prep.
You do both, and there's 2.
They have 3 prep programs out now. Yeah. They have one is the prequel, one is a Friday, like the 13th one. It's a Jason on it. Okay. And then one is, I can't remember, they just came out with it. But so they have 3 prep Squattober programs, which it's easy. It's easy to implement that into your schedule. You follow these programs that are written out for you. You see results. I used to see results just from the prep.
Yeah.
It would put me in a really good spot for Squattober. And like I said, it's just changing up your training. You're not always doing the same shit. Changing it up, keeping things exciting, keeping it fresh, and that's what keeps you sticking to it.
Yeah, and adding to those little community challenges, we're gonna do Benchvember again?
Yeah.
And are we gonna post that on the Blacksheep page for everybody?
We can post it.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should try to do that.
I don't know if there's one out there. I've never seen one.
No, there's not one from Cernex.
No, just the past 2 or 3 years. So they have a Squattober, which is October, and then November is like a free month. They don't have a program.
I think it's because of the December prep.
It could be.
I think that's why.
It could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, the past few years I've always wrote like a Benchvember, kind of my own like Benchvember thing where we prioritize bench that month.
Yeah.
Which is just something else, super fun. It's like when these months come up, when they're around the corner, like, all right, we're about to see some progress in these lifts. But it is funny because once these months are over, so like January time rolls around, I'm like, shit, what do I do now?
I know, it's just back to normal shit. But yeah, dude, it works because that's how I hit 225 2 years ago. I mean,
the Benchvember?
Yeah, from your program. And I think, I can't remember what was my PR before. I think my PR might have been like 205, maybe 215, something. But even just adding 10 pounds.
10 pounds, man.
10 pounds, man. 10 pounds to your PR in 1 month is good.
It is good.
I think, doing it every day. I know people say you shouldn't do that every day, but, it's lightweight, heavy, it works.
It works.
Does. At least powerlifting sense, it works.
We can attest to that. I mean, I've been doing these programs for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And I always see results, And it's just fun, just the community aspect of it. And when you get your friends involved, family involved, whoever. Yeah. And there's nothing like seeing that workout being posted at the time. And, let's say you're in a group chat or something with your buddies that are doing it and you see it and you're like, holy shit. And you guys are talking about it. You're like, oh, we're hitting 90% today. 90% AMRAP on squats. Holy shit.
That's what's fun because you don't know what's next. Right. You have no idea what tomorrow's going to be. So I just love those, man.
It keeps things fun. That's most important when you're lifting it because things can tend to get monotonous. You're doing the same shit, the same movements, same workouts. So it's like I always look forward towards these months coming. And just pen and paper strength in general, just a lot of their programs, they're so diverse with what they focus on. It's just that's why I kind of always tend to do some of their programs. And you see great results. And they have many programs on their page, which has actually inspired me to, when I was making like a few posts with like daily workouts. Yeah. It's like I love that sense. Just giving back to the community, posting some free workouts, letting people try that stuff out, things that I've done that have worked for me. It's just super fun.
Yeah, I just the whole community is what I think will motivate people to keep pushing themselves and go more. Because everybody posts videos of it too. Yeah. Like especially with Squattober, you post your videos of your progress and it motivates other people to post videos of it. And I think that's important in the gym too. Like, granted, I don't love going to the gym and seeing whatever it's called, tripods everywhere. Yeah. But I think keeping track of your progress throughout, because there's a lot of people that don't take progress pictures or don't take videos. I'm like, dude, you could look back 3 years from now and see all your progress that you made. So I think that's important, is taking pictures and videos.
That's something I love doing, is going back a few years ago and seeing lifts that were my maxes. Yeah. And just being able to rep them out now. It's a good feeling. I always love recording my content. And I'll post it. I'll post it everywhere. It's more so just my own private journal of lifts. Just going back, seeing where I was, seeing how far I came, and also analyzing your form. You can go back and kind of see, all right, well, when I hit this old max, let me analyze my form here and compare that to how I'm doing now and make your tweaks and fix things from there. And that's just having passion about it and, feeling that it's important and willing to do that. I know some people just go work out. They don't give a shit about their form or they don't want to record or anything like that, but I think it is super important to track your progress. Take pictures, take videos, go back, analyze that stuff, and save it. Save it in an album, Look back at it in a few months and see the progress that you've made. Other than that, I mean, if you're not recording anything, you're not keeping track of anything, how do you know?
I mean, there's been other videos, like when you started working out, you can see your deadlift form was
Horrible.
not horrible.
Yeah.
Form, horrible. And you wouldn't know that unless, someone's taking a video.
I have a video of me.
I'll put it on here. I'll put it on here.
Oh, God, no. Don't do it. I was maybe 16. This was before I went into the Army. I was working out at Anytime Fitness, and I wanted to start doing deadlifts. Had no idea how to deadlift. Probably didn't even watch a video on deadlift form prior to this. And my back is so rounded. I mean, horrible. And I only have like 225 on the bar, and I'm repping it out. And at the time, I was probably like, oh, yeah, this is light. This is easy. And I look back, and my form is just shit.
Yeah.
And I obviously compare that to now. And, the experience and doing the lift often and watching videos, watching other people, taking criticism, fixing it.
Yeah.
Just a night and day difference.
Exactly.
Which, granted, I was young, too, just starting.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to have that problem, but it's just funny to see,
Yeah, and same thing with me. Just seeing old videos, I can tell that, my form was shit in some of these videos. So progress. You see the progression. That's what I love, But yeah, it's important. Just keep videos of yourself doing that stuff. Like, keep it going.
I always try to. A lot of people get in the gym. I talked about gym. Like, do you like take any videos? Like, do you like take any pictures? Like, you track your progress?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised the amount of people that tell me no.
Yeah, I used to ask people that all the time in the gym, and they're like, "No, I don't really do that. I don't record. I don't like. You don't have to post that. I think just for yourself. Yeah, it's good to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know some people too. They do feel like uncomfortable doing it in a public gym.
Yeah.
Which I get it. I understand. And some of these local gyms, like you said, you see tripods everywhere. People recording everything, hogging up a machine, recording. It's like that. Yeah. So that kind of makes it a pain in the ass. But just don't be afraid to set up your phone. You're doing some squats, you're doing bench, deadlift, whatever. I don't care if it's curls. You just want to set up your phone and record yourself, check your form out, and fix things from there. I mean, end goal is you're just trying to better yourself.
It's like the same thing as guys do with sports, like football players. They see the recordings even in high school.
Yeah, the footage.
Yeah,
review
they look
tape.
at the footage,
review tape.
And they review it, and they see what they can improve on. And I think just like that, you can do that in the gym too.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Absolutely. So there's like so many little things that you can do, keep a note. I used to write down every workout.
Yeah.
I don't do it really anymore. I might get back into it because I miss doing it. But I used to always carry a notebook to the gym, a little notepad or just a full-size notebook, and I would write down the workouts.
Yeah.
And I would always like put a slash, like putting the sets down, putting the reps down. What weight did I hit? Was I able to hit this? Put a check or an X. And I have a couple. I think I have like 3 or 4 full notebooks from training that I've done in the Army. Oh, okay. These notebooks are completely full. And it's just cool. There's like old squat tobers. There's old just programs I did. And I look back, I'm like, oh my God, I was only doing that weight for that. That was that weight at that percentage. And then I compare that to now, and it's just crazy to see.
It is a little different than, writing it down versus just seeing it on your phone. I mean, because I do usually just use my phone.
I do too now. Yeah.
But I would like to, like years from now, just look at a notebook and just see it. It's just physical. It's there. Yeah. So it's just funny.
Yeah. If I ever have a kid in the future, I'm like, here, this is what I was doing. All right.
Try it.
Try it out. You're next, buddy.
You're next. Oh, man.
So what are you going to do if in the future your child's like, I don't want to work out?
Get out.
I'm going to buy my kid a little play set of like weights and dumbbells. You got to get into it, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen.
I'll definitely try to inspire them, motivate them, get them into it, but it's not for everybody. I wish it was for everybody.
Yeah.
I wish everybody would enjoy this.
But it could come later in life too. You never know. Like me, I mean, I was living with you and I didn't
You weren't working out.
I didn't work out, and then I moved away and I was like,
I know. I was like, what the hell happened? You lost a lot of time.
I know.
We'd be having those gym sessions in the garage. I'd be like, Ethan, where you at? What were you doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I wasn't into it.
You weren't into it? You're like, they're working out again.
I didn't go off. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't see. I wasn't interested in it. That became an interest of mine. I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed too lately, just with work. I've been pretty busy with work, so it's like when I definitely have more free time.
Yeah,
I'm very regimented on the working out every day, certain time. It does get hard with work. I notice I take more days off, But when I get back, I always try to test my strength and see where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, making sure that I'm still kind of keeping a good baseline.
Mm-hmm.
But you still got to get it in when you can. It was sad that you weren't working out with us as frequently back then. You know, I don't know what was up with that.
I don't know, man. I was a different person back then. But, dude, even like taking time off. So like you're saying, you have to take time off because of work sometimes. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm telling you, I know I've said it before, but taking more than 2 days off, I feel it like crazy. I took a few days off, too many days off when I went out of town for 4th of July. And man, I still think some of the weight feels heavier now. Like it's been over 2 weeks almost, and I don't know.
It still feels heavy?
It hasn't been over 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks, but yeah, I don't know why. I have no
it's
idea.
Weird. You know, everybody's different, but so I usually, if I take like a week off or something and I come back, it typically feels the same for me.
I don't know. Not for me. Not at all. Not at all.
Something that sticks out to me was when I was in the Army, I went off to a California training and was over there for 45 days without lifting. And when I came back, I was still able to pull 405. I was still able to squat 3 plates and bench 225, which during that time, I was like, holy shit, I'm going to be weak as hell when I get back. Surprisingly, no, you get really sore.
Yeah.
You know, you get really sore at first, especially your legs, if you haven't done legs for a while. But typically the strength remains. If you're eating enough, you're still taking your creatine, whatever, staying on that. You're just not working out. For me, at least, I've always found the strength stays.
Yeah, I think I don't even know if it's true, but I think muscle memory is a real thing.
It's true. It is. It's definitely a true thing, because if you get so accustomed to a movement and form, and you're so comfortable with how to perform that, and you're out of it for, I don't know how long, X amount of time, and you come back, it's common sense. It's going to be easy to pick up on.
Yeah.
You have so much experience doing it. It's just like second nature when you come back and you start doing that movement again. You pretty much, it might feel a little wonky at first, but you're going to fall right back into the pattern and being where you were.
Yeah. I mean, you know, going on vacations and stuff like that, it's definitely hard to like continue working out like crazy, but I think trying to is good. But yeah, you're gonna have these hiccups. I mean, it's gonna happen. So just gotta deal with it. Push through.
There's gonna be bumps in the road, no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, this is life. You know, you can't get everything you want, just the way that it is. But it's okay. I mean, you just keep pushing forward. You keep up in the gym. Do what you got to do. Handle your business. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
So obviously today's episode was just a little one-on-one with Ethan and I. Episode 4, we did have Brandon Emsley. And we are working on getting more guests. So we hope that you guys enjoyed the setup with episode 4. We're always open to critiques, comments, questions on how to improve in the future. You know, obviously this is still a fresh beginner podcast, you know, but ultimately our goal is to get out the best content that we can for you guys and the viewers. So feel free to send us some DMs, send us messages, comment, let us know what you would like to see, any changes, and we're focused on improving and pushing out the best quality content for you guys.
Yeah, and we do have some guests lined up, just trying to get schedules, you know. But yeah, even if you're listening to this and you are in the fitness community and you're active like on Instagram and stuff and you post, you know, reach out. Like we have our podcast page or other personal pages. Reach out. I mean, we can always do a virtual podcast with you. So if you're interested, if this is something you're into, just reach out to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have a lot planned for you guys. You know, we're definitely trying to play around with different avenues of how to improve the episode quality and just quality in general. So yeah, if anybody has any ideas, anything like that, anybody's interested in being on the podcast, just send us a message and we'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So. All right. I know it's late, but
it is late. We'll let you know that it's 12:19 in the morning.
Is it? We still have an hour drive back. But this will help us stay awake, and we still have a workout to finish today. We decided to do 100 buys and tries earlier, and now we still have our entire workout to do.
Yep, so the grind is real. We're pushing out content. We're getting in these lifts late, so the work is being put in, just like we always preach about on here.
Yes. So smelling salt time. Pain.
Double bro.
All right. Here we go. Oh. Damn. Jesus. We're gonna be 70 years old. We're gonna go to the doctor, and they're gonna look and be like, guys, your nasal, like your
nasal, your nasal,
or whatever. It's got smelling salts in it, like or it's burned. I don't know. Anyways, thanks guys for watching or listening. Once again, I'm gonna say it. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Rumble. We're active on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and we post a link to Twitter or X, but honestly, I don't really use that one. So, follow us on everything. It's going to show up right here on the table in the edit. It's not here in person, but yeah, follow us. We always appreciate it, and let us know. We're always open to feedback, good or bad. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace.